It's coffee time. Oh, who am I kidding? I just made that. I'm not going to drink it now. Sam and I are almost done with RuPaul's Drag Race. We're almost done with every season. Well, no, we still haven't watched All Stars. All Stars isn't on Amazon Prime, which is super upsetting because I remember looking for that and then I totally forgot. Maybe there's still hope. Because look, once we finish RuPaul's Drag Race, I don't know what dumb show we're gonna watch together because I watch way too many cooking shows and Sam is in real deep on Walking Dead, and I feel like we need something. We need a dumb show to watch together. So if you guys have ideas of dumb shows that are not cooking shows that we can watch and get really into, leave them in the comment section because we're gonna need a new one pretty soon, especially if I can't find All Stars. Oh gosh, I've heard All Stars is great too because I love Raven. I miss Raven so much, and that was the first season that I ever watched was the season with Raven, and I hear she's back in All Stars, so man, I need that. I need that in my life. Also, today I found out what a fry-up? Is that what it's called? Fry-up? I found out what a fry-up is today. Sam made us a fry-up for dinner, but then said that he was missing a lot of things. But even still, my plate was covered with food. Like, just so much food. And I was like, so it's breakfast? And he was like, no, it's not breakfast. And every British person who follows me on Twitter, I was like, so it's a big-ass breakfast, right? And they were like, no, it's not breakfast. But to me, looking at it, like looking at pictures of fry-up, it looks like breakfast. So one day, I think that I'll understand the concept, but again, I was not born British, so maybe I'm just not meant to understand the true form of a fry-up, what a fry-up truly means. I do know that it was a big faux pas to not have bacon on that plate. Many people made that clear. Also, blood pudding. Although blood pudding and
Black pudding.
What's the difference? Aren't they the same?
It's not called blood pudding.
But they're the same thing, right?
No one calls it blood pudding, honey. No.
They're the same thing!
No.
They're not?
Excalibur's a sword, but you don't just call it a sword, you call it Excalibur. It's black pudding.
Okay. Black pudding. I've only had it once. I had it when his mom made it for me. And I wasn't a huge fan. I want to try it again. But man, I kept an open mind. And I didn't enjoy it all that much. It was the texture that I wasn't super into. But then again, isn't it congealed blood?
It's pork. It's pig's blood.
Yeah, it's blood though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Blood pudding, right?
Black.
But it's blood, is what I'm saying.
Because there's another type that is white, and it's exactly the same. You can't call that blood pudding, so you have to call them black pudding and white pudding.
Okay. What's white pudding made out of?
It's the same shit.
What's the difference?
It's one's white, one's black.
Wait, why? How do you make white blood pudding?
What do you mean?
If there's blood, how do you make a blood sausage?
White pudding is just a different part of the pig.
It's all fat. They just shove the fat in a casing and then call it a sausage. That's what I like to believe is what happens.
White pudding isn't the blood, it's just...
It's not the blood.
The other stuff.
Then if I called it blood pudding, you would know which one I mean.
No. There is no one in the entire of Great Britain and Ireland that calls it blood pudding. Alright?
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt your coffee time, have fun.
No, it's fine. I'm glad you're here to correct me. I was talking about the fry-up after all, and I am not somebody who knows deets about fry-ups.
Don't call it the fry-up. It's like it's a fucking, you can't, it's like an actual event, like it's an annual historic event. It's just a fry-up. It's not the fry-up. It's not like a fucking thing of mammoth proportions. It's just a fry-up.
Do you see the feelings? There's so many feelings.
You're sullying my nation.
So many feelings about
heritage.
food. There's so many feelings about food.
Mocking my people.
That I'm so glad are being caught on camera right now. Oh my goodness, I don't even remember what else happened today. Oh yeah, I was in meetings. I was in meetings like all day. But then I got to start editing my Welcome to the Fandom for the week, which I think is going to be pretty funny. I think a decent number of people are going to enjoy it. And Jesse helped me a lot, thus the tweet being like, "Thank you, Jesse, for being my mentor through this," because he really was. He was a mentor for it. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Unfortunately, the footage is a little dark, which really bummed me out. So I'm gonna have to do the brighten a little, contrast a little, brighten a little, contrast a little, brighten a little. Oh no, too far. You know, that whole process. My least favorite. Ah, delicious. But tomorrow is craft stream day, and we're going to be putting Alliance and Horde symbols on glass with some etching solutions, so that'll be super fun. It's an easy project, and just hang out and do our glass project and play some good tunes. I've been scouring through OC Remix to find music that I can just put all in a playlist. I'm very picky about game remixes, I've realized. Like, the more, maybe it's even a problem if I'm listening to them a lot in a row, because then some of them start to sound the same and I'm like, nope, I don't want more of that sound. I don't want more of that. But on its own, I would probably love it, you know? So right now the folder is just filled with like a weird mishmash of things. I was trying to find if there's a radio player of some sort that plays OC Remix, but I can't find anything, and that would super shock me if that didn't exist. I'm sure that exists somewhere, and I'm just dummy and I can't find it. So maybe I'll figure that out by the time we do the stream, and then we can have some nice jams, some sick jams. Also, I'm almost to 5,000 words on my NaNoWriMo. So close to 5,000 words. Dude, Aaron is at like 13,000. I was like, I don't know, girl, you're too far ahead of me now. Like, I'll never catch up. But again, that's when I have to make the switch in my mind, right? And be like, it's an exercise. This is a challenge, but it's also an exercise, right? Like, have fun with it. Just do whatever, and it's fine. It's all fine. Not get like, there's a really healthy sort of competitive with being able to see how many words everybody has, because then you're like, all right, I'm keeping up with everybody, right? But then there's the unhealthy one where you're like, everybody's so far ahead of me, I might as well stop. But I can't let that happen. I gotta put on my horse blinders and just go to the finish line, right? Yes. Also, Aaron and I were talking about, we're both in the same place where if we go back and read stuff, we're both like, man, the descriptions in this section are really vague, or like the descriptions here could be so much better. And then we just tinker for a while, and I'm trying to force myself to just like keep going and not worry about it, because I can always go back later, but while I have the ideas fresh in my head, I need to just like barf them out on paper, right? And that way they're there, and I can just go back and flesh things out later, right? But right now it's just like, no, I need to make it perfect now. Which is not gonna happen. It's a rough draft, y'all. It's a rough draft. You just gotta get into that mode. It's hard. It's hard to be in that mode. Anywho, I'm gonna go and actually work a little bit more on my novel. But I hope you guys are having an amazing day and an amazing evening, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye. Mwah.